What I got my 11-year-old for Christmas.
Let's do a Christmas haul for my youngest. I have her blocked from this video. She wears her AirPod Max like every day, so I got her blue and purple. Everything I got my kids for Christmas.
If I made an actual video showing you guys every single thing that I got, we would literally be here for like 7 business days. So while I wrap, I thought I would tell you guys some ways that we do Christmas in my house. Firstly, we do gifts from both mom and dad and Santa.
I guess Christmas came early this holiday season because people are already flocking to social media to post what they got this holiday season. And when I tell you it is out of control, it is insane. I cannot believe how much people are spending this year on Christmas gifts and holiday gifts. I can only imagine the amount of debt people are taking out to afford these Christmas gifts. Now, my question to you is, are you buying anything expensive this year for your children, friends, or family? Let me know what item it is and how much it costs down in the comment section below. Otherwise, let's get right into today's episode.
Let's do a Christmas haul for my youngest. I have her blocked from this video. I'm a little behind, but I did get her the new iPhone, and I just got it in black. Hopefully she didn't want the pink. She wears her AirPod Max like every day, so I got her blue and purple. All the kids are talking about this Billie Eilish perfume. I think she's gonna love it. An Essentials hoodie, a new laptop.
Must be nice. I guess I was born in the wrong family. That is insane. And I really am curious as to how much you plan on spending this holiday season. Like specifically, what is the most expensive thing you are buying for your children or significant other? I'm genuinely curious because there's no way everybody is spending this much money or that this is okay. Weren't we like just in a recession a couple of years ago? And then we had parabolic inflation, the highest it's ever been in like 40 or 50 years. Where are people getting the money to afford things like this?
Get her one of these every year. A new Echo for her closet so she can listen to music while she gets dressed. The cutest New Balance shoes. A new Gucci handbag. I absolutely love this. I want one for myself. A VR headset so she can lay in bed and watch movies without even having to lift her head off the pillow. And some pink Taz shoes. Her big gift is a...
Big gift? What did we just see the past 7 gifts were? Those were the small gifts?
New Cybertruck, and we haven't picked it up yet because we are still waiting on it to come in. I cannot wait to go for a ride with her. I really hope that she loves it. But yeah, Christmas 2024.
The world we live in, listen, if you have the money to afford expensive, lavish things, then by all means, go for it and spend it. If it's a drop in the bucket, then who cares? But part of me just thinks that a lot of people are going to be going into debt this holiday season to buy gifts for people. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter what you buy. Don't know what it is. People are going out of their way this time to really make it a big one for whatever reason. And I have this gut feeling that in a couple weeks, we're going to see videos on TikTok, on social media of people telling us how much credit card debt they're in because of the gifts that they bought, which to me is probably one of the worst possible things you can do. So if there's anything to take away from this video is control yourself this season. You don't have to go crazy splurging on gifts because at the end of the day, I don't even remember half the gifts that I got growing up, let alone what I got last year for my birthday. So it's not as important as just being present or spending time with loved ones. Just a quick reminder. Jeez.
What I got my 11-year-old for Christmas.
Can we just take a moment to look at the size of that Christmas haul? I don't know what it is why people are posting these hauls like they can't wait. Or maybe they're like the moms and dads that are posting what they got for their children, I guess, before Christmas comes. And then I'm sure in a couple of weeks, we're going to have videos of people unboxing, unwrapping it all, which is going to be crazy. I can't wait for that. But can we just take a moment and look at all that stuff? Nobody needs that much stuff. And I can't imagine if you're doing this every single year, what do you do with it all? Majority of this stuff it's like holiday oriented, and it's not even going to last you a couple of months because it's going to end up in the back of the closet. You're not going to be using it in, March, April, or May, and it's going to end up in a landfill. So it's almost like you're just wasting money. We live in such a materialistic world that that people feel the need to have to spend all their money on all this stuff to feel good or to buy people's happiness. And I guess for some people, if it's your love language of receiving gifts, then I guess it's all right. But at some point, this is too much. It's just too much stuff to be dealing with, to be spending, to be taking care of, to be thinking about. It's just congestion at this point.
My family has no patience and we did Christmas early, so I'm going to give you guys a haul. Okay, first I got this Marc Jacobs bag. This is literally so beautiful. I wanted this for so long. And then I got this makeup bag. I've also wanted this for so long. It like flattens out. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. Got this Gucci purse. And it holds so much. That's why I love it. Like, so cute. And then I got these shoes from Gucci. Little brother got me this Tecovas boot. I'm gonna put it in my car. It's literally so beautiful. So cute! Okay, I got a lot of clothes. We're gonna speed run. I got this set from Lulu. I got this pajama set from Skims. I don't know where the top is. And the last thing is this beige bag. Oh my god, I'm obsessed with this. That's it. Merry Christmas.
That must have been borderline like $7,000 worth of stuff. And see, the thing is, and I've seen videos on this in the past, but also, I guess from my own experience, childhood, growing up, so on and so forth, when you work for your own money and you save up a lot of money, at least as a kid, and you buy something for yourself, there's so much more meaning to it than if I'm spoiled and I get all these gifts, because I've got it both ways. I mean, I've gotten tons of gifts from relatives and family, and I use a lot of it, some of it, but eventually you get bored and you don't use it at all. But honestly, the gifts that I remember the most, the gifts that had the most meaning, at least in my eyes, was the ones that I saved up for. Whether that meant I got money from my birthday or gift cards for my birthday and I stored them all, saved them all up, or I used my own money from working or doing chores around the house. Whatever it is, however I got that money, because I had a choice to make, I saved them all up, and then I would go out and buy something. And sometimes, maybe not necessarily luxury, but if I bought, the DS back in the day, the DSi, or a Game Boy or a GameCube or whatever it was back in the day, it meant so much more. And I really cherished it because it's mine. And I knew the amount of time it took and the amount of money it took to buy that item, versus if things were just handed to me or given to me, it's not that I don't appreciate it. It just doesn't have the same value or meaning behind it. Even now, as a 26-year-old here, even with luxury stuff, don't get me wrong, I love who doesn't like something luxury every once in a while? But, even my first car, I made it a goal of mine to save up as much money as I can and eventually buy my car. And it's so much more meaningful than if it's just handed to you in a sense. There's just that feeling of when it's yours and you saved and you worked your butt off and you bought that thing for yourself. It's got a lot more meaning than if it was just given. That's just my 2 cents.
Everything I got my kids for Christmas. If I made an actual video showing you guys every single thing that I got, we would literally be here for like 7 business days. So while I wrap, I thought I would tell you guys some ways that we do Christmas in my house. Firstly, we do gifts from both mom and dad and Santa. However, we don't put any presents under the tree until Christmas Eve night when the kids are asleep. I personally just really like to see the shock on their faces when the living room is completely overflowing with presents. And if you know my kids, none of us in this house have patience, so they wouldn't last a day under the tree, honestly. We also write letters to Santa and leave him cookies out and carrots for the reindeer. After the kids are finally asleep, my husband and I get to work on being Santa and Mrs. Claus. We wrap mostly everything, but some things we do build and leave out. And then of course things like bikes and such just get big bows on them. And then come Christmas morning, we wait for everyone to be up before we start. We always tackle stockings first before we get into presents. I normally pass out a present to each kid and let them all open a present at the same time, but I really hate how fast Christmas morning flies. So I think this year I'm going to try having having each kid open individually one at a time. I would tell you guys what I think my kids' favorite gifts are going to be, but I'm literally always wrong. My mind always immediately assumes it's going to be the most expensive thing that I got them, and of course it ends up being something stupid like a stocking stuffer. The bottom line is I literally love being Santa. It's quite literally my favorite thing. Tell me some fun ways that you guys do Christmas at your houses. I want to know.
All right, so that video is interesting because it brings back a lot of memories growing up when I was like in elementary school, middle school. I had friends that I guess their parents were wealthy, or I have no idea because I was younger, their financial situation. But all I know is that they were spoiled, and I mean spoiled. Every single thing they wanted for any holiday or just randomly throughout the year. They had so much stuff, so many toys, so many gifts, and they didn't care about it. And I was shocked because I was like a kid in a candy store getting to use all their gifts and all their toys. And sometimes they would even give me stuff because they didn't care about it at all, which is crazy. And that just goes to show you that at least growing up, if you like dump all these toys on your kids, more than likely they're not gonna care about it, especially if it's constantly there and they don't work for it. They're more than likely just not going to enjoy it or at least use a lot of the stuff. And that's just one section of it, let alone the amount of money spent on this stuff. And I don't know, but I feel like a lot of people believe that if they just smother their kids with toys, it's gonna make them be viewed as a better parent. And maybe it is, maybe it's not, maybe there are some exceptions, but I would think, or they're trying to buy their child's love and affection. I'm not entirely sure, but I would think that your presence and, doing things with your kids would make more of an impact than just spoiling them with hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of gifts. Now, again, if you can afford it and it's a drop in a bucket, have at it. We don't know. At least I don't know how many kids she has. Maybe she's got 30 kids and it's one toy per kid. Then it would make more sense. But to have 1, 2, 3 kids and to fill up your entire living room, to me, it's just kind of crazy. To me, it's almost spoiling them too much. And I don't know if that's healthy parenting because I'm not a parent, but that's just my opinion. Anywho, I want to read some of the comments you guys left on my previous episode where we talked about how this holiday season, people are destroying their finances with overspending. And here we are seeing all the Christmas holiday hauls being released even before Christmas, which is crazy here. But we have a comment from Robbie Ross 6646, and they say, I'm an American. I buy things I don't need with money I don't have to impress people I don't like. And I love that because that was the comment that I said people do in the episode earlier this week, where I said people typically in America buy things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like, and that's hysterical. The next person says, Vintage Lucero, I'm a Jew and I was taught to save money since I was 4 years old. I got my first job when I was 14. Once that happened, my parents no longer gave me money outside of my school lunches. I've never in my life had a need for want. I was taught to have your career, but keep a trade in your back pocket. That's actually really cool. Always. That way you are never stuck if things go awry. Rabbi Lapin is a great one to follow, by the way. Yeah, it definitely depends. We talked about the differences in holidays this holiday season, that not everything is so consumerism, over consumption focused. It's typically, for whatever reason, just Christmas. Judaism doesn't teach that. They actually use that holiday when all this hecticness is going on to teach kids how to save money, how to invest money, how to use money, how to give back to the community, and just kind of learn at a young age how money works. And here is a prime example of just the different cultures. I find it really interesting. Since this channel is supposed to be all about money, it's very interesting to see how different cultures view it. And another thing that pops in my head is if you spoil your kids, couldn't that make them not understand the value of money? Like if everything is handed to them and everything is given to them and all their wants are granted, will they ever understand how much something is worth, how much something is valued at, how long it might take to make that dollar, how much $50 is actually worth? Part of me thinks, depending on the upbringing of somebody, gives them bad financial, decisions. And that's why I think it's so important to teach financial literacy and to have these conversations at home, because I think so many households don't. Now, guys, if you want to get featured in my next video, then make sure to drop a comment down in the comment section below. Next up is Freedom Finder 7 says, my husband and I have been making cookies for 3 years now because we already have the ingredients. We only pay cash on shipping, which we have a discount from our e-commerce business. So we really only spend about $60 total. At least they will be eaten and won't be left in a landfill like all this random crap that people buy. 100% totally agree. And actually taking some of this advice from the videos that I've been researching on the channel, this year I actually made with my girlfriend a bunch of cookies and we mailed them off to friends and family, which was super cool. It really was fairly cheap for the ingredients. The only thing that was more expensive was the shipping. But like she said, that she gets a discount from her e-commerce business. I don't have an e-commerce business, and I'm sure majority of people watching don't either. And a tip and trick that I've learned to save money if you're sending anything via mail is to use a third-party wholesale shipping provider. And for example, I use pirateship.com and I love them. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't have an affiliate for them, but I will leave the link in the description because I'm just helping back the community. POV, your niece makes a Christmas list because you're the rich single uncle with 0 kids.
You're not getting that? You're not getting that? You could probably get that. Go to the top. Go down. Yeah, you're not getting that.
Be quiet.
Cute list. A pen, $80. What does it do? What does it do? Does it rewrite your life? Get the hell out of here. What the hell is that? A square? I could draw you one. $100. What's next?
That's it.
That's it. All right. Well, you're not getting anything off your list.
I guess it's more common than I thought because that's pretty funny because I, in my family, have aunts and uncles that don't have children. And if anything, I almost feel like I get bigger, better gifts from my aunts and uncles than I do my parents. I guess it's a thing. I had no idea. Let me know if that's a thing, but apparently it is.
Let's rate my 12-year-old's $5,000 Christmas wish list. I have to give it to her. She's just like me, and she likes the nice things, so let's see what she's got on here. Now, starting off strong. You see what she wrote up there? If it's in purple with a pink bow next to it, that means I really want it. Okay, girl. A white fox hoodie? I think we can think we can make that one happen. Not too bad. Starting off strong. Okay, some pajamas. They're only $35. They're not $98. I think I can maybe handle that one. All right, now we're starting to get crazy. $98 Lululemon leggings. Girl, you have like 4 pairs of those already. And yes, you play volleyball, but it's gonna be a no. Some new shoes. Okay, well, they kind of match her school uniform, so that's fine. And can we also note that she's putting links on there and her size because, you know, I'm her mother and I just forget her size. Oh, now we're getting into the fun stuff. Beauty, you can find this all at Sephora. Girl, where did you think I was going to find any of this from? And Charlotte Tilbury? I'm just going to pop these pictures up on the screen. Apparently my list at Sephora is long and I need to take my husband and a wagon to carry it all with me. Like, what's she going to do with all of this? I don't even have that much stuff from Sephora, no. And now more reasonable things. About damn time, girl. Like, could we not have started that up at the top of the list? Some volleyball stuff, some new volleyball shoes. How many new pairs of volleyball shoes do you need? And again, with the size, I'm your mother. You came out of me, child. Do you know this? Okay, I'm exhausted. And what I realized is that I need to up the game on my Christmas wish list because if hers looks like this, mine needs to look better than that. Because if there's one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, I know that her daddy is going to spoil the hell out of her and he better spoil me first. Shoot.
Hey, I mean, you got to shoot your shot. Otherwise, there's no shot you're going to get that those expensive gifts that holiday season. That's crazy. I like how she threw it at the end. You know, her daddy's going to spoil her, so he better damn well be spoiling me more. There's the Starbucks and the YSL bag for the social media. Crazy. Couple $100 in holiday stuff. I happen to notice that during the holidays, nothing gets really discounted. And we've talked about this before, but it's almost like if you just wait to buy decorations all of like a week after the holidays, a week after Christmas, and you go to the back of the store in Target or Walmart, they literally mark everything down 50 to 70%. I've even seen 80% off. So instead of paying full price, which is what they do to get you, during the holidays, a week before, if you can control yourself and you think ahead just a little bit. If your favorite holiday should be like a week after every actual holiday. If you're smart and you shop a couple of days after the holidays in preparation for the following year, you can actually save a significant amount of money shopping after the holiday season for the following holiday.
Every year, December is the worst month for my bank account, so this year I have a plan to keep myself on track for the holidays. I'm giving myself a budget of $1,000 to buy all of my Christmas gifts, and I created a list of everyone I need to buy a gift for, along with their gift idea, store link, and budget. This way I have the link to order gifts on Black Friday, and I can keep track of how many gifts I've purchased and how
I would steer away from Black Friday. We've already debunked that as one of the biggest scams in the year. As everybody jacks up the prices for Black Friday, you're not actually getting a discount. You're better off shopping several months beforehand, and you'll save a lot more money.
Money I've spent. There's also an address book to keep track of where all the gifts are going. So maybe this year I won't go broke during the holidays, but we'll see.
I mean, you definitely don't need to go as over the top as she did with that whole budgeting chart. If that's what you're into, by all means, but I would think you should spend more time figuring out how much you're going to be spending than putting all that effort into the chart itself. But it's a great idea. Everybody should be, especially if you're on a budget or paycheck to paycheck or money's tight, or even if it's not, you should at least have a general idea or rule of thumb prior to the holidays. Set one beforehand so you don't get guilted or peer pressured into buying stuff from corporate America, using their tactics to convince you to spend more. Figure this out beforehand and it'll make shopping on the holidays so much easier, and hopefully nobody ends up going into debt.
Holiday grocery haul for my family of 13. I started at Costco and stocked up on bottled water, soda, juice, and Sunny D. On flatbed too, I got paper towels, toilet paper, tissues, spoons, forks, bowls, plates, laundry detergent, garbage bags, and I found the perfect Christmas present for the dogs. Grabbed some sidewalk salt and left that up front. Flatbed 3, condiments, queso, pasta, diced tomatoes and corn, protein bars, goldfish, butter, cream cheese, frozen pizzas, hot dogs, and little weenies. Ribs, king crab legs, 10 dozen eggs, some Christmas morning snacks, sliced cheese, and I found this Monster Jam truck set for Bodie. Speaking of Bodie, I grabbed a fourth flatbed to load this go-kart onto it, and I decided to get this basketball toy for Jason. Grabbed some scissors and wrapping paper and checked out at Costco. Next stop, Dollar Tree.
Why does part of me think that, like, after she's done recording the video, she's going back and putting all this back on the shelves? 4 carts or dollies, whatever you call those things, filled with food and toys. Imagine doing this every year.
Cocoa bombs, peppermint spoons, Christmas blankets, and tape. I ran into Home Depot for some snow shovels, then over to the local dairy to stock up on the kids' favorite chocolate milk. At Aldi, I found a sheet set for Bree, some fake Uggs for Harley. Grabbed the Christmas chips for our Taco Tuesday Christmas nacho bar. Impulse bought a few more snacky snacks, grabbed myself an Alani for the road, and headed to Walmart. In cart 1, I started with the toiletries. Don't worry, I got myself a darker shade of concealer. I got the plates and napkins for Christmas Day, some cleaning supplies, the rest of the soap.
Some cleaning supplies? That's like a 4-year supply.
Some Prime. I got a bunch of chips because we're hosting 2 Christmases this year. Then cookies, crackers, popcorn, and cart 2. Boxed and canned items, baking supplies, stocked up on broth, sandwich bread, hot dog buns, and English muffins to make snowman pizzas on Friday. Oatmeal cream pies, honey buns, 20 pounds of rice, and I left that cart up front and moved on to cart 3. I started in the dairy section, yogurts, Go-Gurts, the rest of the milk for the week, mashed potatoes, chicken, ground beef, sandwich meat, pepperoni, Lunchables, Christmas Oreos, and Christmas cupcakes. Went to the freezer section next, and then I got the produce, but forgot to record that, so here it is put away in the fridge. I checked out at Walmart and did the rest of the shopping online. 2 catering orders from Wegmans, an edibles arrangement. I placed an Amazon order, got stuff for teacher gifts, including 60 Dunkin' Donut gift cards. We ordered a 10-pound bone-in honey-baked ham for Christmas Day, and I was so tired after all of that, I Grubhubbed dinner for the kids. That's it for today. See you next time.
I guess it was true. She had the receipts to prove it. I don't even know if I can see the prices on some of these receipts. I wish I could, but it's real. she debunked my theory. It's all real. That's insane. But I can almost bet you there's influencers out there that are putting it all back on the shelves afterwards here. That is mad. That is insane. She's got an army of 13 kids. Now, we're not even going to talk about the food there because all that stuff is highly mega processed, to each their own. But let's get one thing clear. I don't think she needs, even with 13 kids, which is, I mean, good for her, but to have to go to like 7 different supermarkets. Now, I understand Aldi's is like one of those grocery stores that you have to go to another grocery store after. I don't know why it is, but they have good stuff. They have a lot of general stuff, but every single time I'm done shopping at Aldi's, I always have more stuff on my list that they don't have for whatever reason that I then need to go drive to either a Walmart or a Target or a Publix. For whatever reason, it always happens.
If you're buried in credit card debt, you don't need to buy anybody a Christmas gift this year. I said it. Credit card debt is not normal. It's common. Not normal. Take care of yours.
Might just have to get it, guys. Might just have to buy it. I didn't come in here looking for a $1,300 train. But Home Goods just tells you what you need. Look at that thing. Choo choo. Choo choo.
All right, I take it back. That's consumerism's final boss. I just realized that's not just a train. That's a Christmas holiday themed bar. Look at what the pipes were at the top that, the smoke, the steam comes out of. Those were all individual like buckets and things to make drinks. And the crazy part is they have that same exact train at the Home Goods near me. And the fact that they have that for sale means that people are buying it. Like, that is mad.
It's time for everyone's favorite video of the week. Let's do another de-influencing video, holiday edition. For the love of God, you do not need that viral Home Depot Christmas tree. It's okay to still be using your tree that's 10 years old, that has half the lights out. I think it adds character. Have yourself a little Charlie Brown moment this year. And if the lights are really bothering you, just run up to Target, grab a $10 string of twinkle lights, throw them on there, be done with it. Congratulations, you just saved yourself $400. You don't need to buy your family matching pajamas. I get it, we all think it's cute, but this year, why don't we just let everybody wear what they want to wear? You know that you're going to spend hundreds of dollars on them and your kids are going to want to take them off after 10 minutes. While we're also on the topic of matching outfits, you also don't need to send out Christmas cards. Now, you can do it if you want to, but listen, I don't do it and I never will. I'm not going to spend my money on matching outfits. I'm not going to put gas in my car to drive out to some meadow to torture my husband and my daughter to get a good photo that I'm going to have to pay a photographer a couple $100 to take, then to track down one decent photo, pick a card, put it on there, gather hundreds of addresses, wait 2 hours in line at the post office, all to have this Christmas card wind up in somebody's trash bin in a month. So there we go. More money saved this holiday season. There is absolutely no correlation between how many gifts you get your kids and how much you love them or how good of a Christmas they're going to have. Keep it simple. You know that they're going to be more enamored with the box and the wrapping paper than they are the actual gift. And in terms of gifts for other people, baked goods, something homemade, or your presence is gift enough. You don't have to participate in Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Like, it's not actually a requirement. What makes the holiday season special isn't the gifts or the outfits or the tree. We try to convince ourselves that it is, but what makes this time of year special is the love that you give to other people, the love that other people give to you. Being grateful and thankful for the things that we do have, because for a lot of us, we are the luckiest people. We have our health, we have a family that loves us, we have a roof over our head and food in our bellies. There's so much to be thankful for.
100%. I love everything she said. Not to mention, do you guys not realize that your kids are going to grow out of the toys that you're going to buy them every single year when they get older? Like, there's no reason to spend hundreds of dollars on toys every single year. They're not even going to remember it. They're not even going to remember it. And if you are going to do stuff like that, maybe just like shop more savvy, look on Facebook Marketplace, look at Goodwill or other places. I mean, there's such an abundance of toys all over, like in landfills. It's crazy. They don't need the newest thing every year. I understand when you're older and they have, a mind of themselves, it's a little different. But at the end of the day, like I said, I don't really remember most, if any, of the toys that I was given during the holiday season. Pokemon cards and my Razor scooter $300, which I bought with my own money, and that's why I remember it yet again. But otherwise, there are some toys here and there, but I don't care about it. Nobody really cares about it. It's really, I enjoyed the memories and everybody, all my family was over together. That meant more to me than all the gifts that I got. Yes, it's fun to unwrap stuff, but you might as well just make boxes to unwrap. You don't even have to go the extra mile and, put stuff in them, actual presents. You don't have to do all that. I'm sure everybody can create their own, holiday thing that they do with themselves that you don't have to look at the approval of others for. You don't need that. If just making big boxes to unwrap is fun and you guys enjoy doing it, or whatever other thing you guys like to do, have at it. If it means saving money and enjoying yourselves, more power to you.
If your Christmas gifts are causing you more debt, you need to take them back right now. I did not stutter. Do not hesitate. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You are going to take them back right now. There is no gift on earth that's worth the cost of credit card debt. Every tangible item you will ever buy will eventually end up in the trash. Did you go to a garbage dump and use your credit card and go into further debt to buy some of the junk in those piles in there? If not, you should not be going into debt to buy a Christmas gift. The people you are with matter far more than any tangible gift you will ever receive. The only reason that you think gift giving is a requirement of Christmas is because of marketing and advertising that's trying to trick you out of your hard-earned money. And when you are out of money, they'll give you credit cards to make sure you continue to spend. Christmas is not a money-spending holiday. Christmas should not make anyone broke. And anyone who is already broke should not be more broke because of Christmas. It is not worth suffering an entire year of miserable living just to pay off one morning of smiles. The choice is yours. Choose wisely.
Guys, go rewatch that one more time if you didn't get the message. But I don't know what I did or who told me this, but I might have read something somewhere where somebody was working as like a bank teller, for a credit union or whatever. And they said, and they posted online somewhere, that the amount of people that they overheard opening up credit cards during the holiday season so that they can afford the gifts for their family and children was more than you would like to believe. Like, it was actually very common that people were going into credit card debt. Now, let's keep in mind the interest rates are the highest they've been in years. We're talking like 30%. So nobody needs those gifts. Don't do it. And please do not go into debt for a couple of minutes of joy to then forget about it and for them to end up in a landfill or the back of the closet. It's not worth it. Do something more meaningful. Make dinner. Go hang out with friends and family. Do something personal. But otherwise, guys, that's it for today's episode. So make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe if you haven't already. And also, if you haven't already checked out my previous episode on how people are destroying their finances this holiday season, then stick around because it's going to be right after this. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.